Bonjour, boys and girls! Do I have a sweet art lesson for you? That's right, Artie. This one's going to be so sweet because it's inspired by a famous artist who loved dessert. Do you like dessert? Do you like dessert, Artie? Yes, I love dessert too, and look at my... What is this? It's a yummy, delicious cupcake. It's actually not a real cupcake. I made it out of puffy paint and paper, but it looks very real, and that's pop art. So the artist who we've been inspired by for this piece of artwork, his name is Thiebaud, and he was an American artist who loved to do pop art paintings of dessert and things that were popular. So this is one of his paintings called Cakes. He painted in 1963. It's actually in the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C. So you have to go all the way to the Gallery of Art to see this magnificent masterpiece. It says, "Sweet treat, time to eat. Feel the icing, take a seat." So his paintings look so real that you can almost feel the icing. And that's one of the styles of art that we learn about. There's realism, abstract, and non-objective. This piece of art that we're going to be doing, we want to try to make it look real. And the way you can do that, I'm going to show you, is by using an element of art called value. So you can't make value, which is the light and dark colors, without understanding about color. Color is also a very important element of art. Color, another word for color is hue. So when someone says that, "I like that hue," they mean not you, but the color that you're using. So you can make colors very light by making something called a tint. And a tint is when you add white, or if you're drawing on white paper, you can add white paint, or you can add white chalk. We're actually using chalk pastels for ours. So a tint is when you make a light color. Also, you can make colors darker by making a shade. So you can take your hue and make a very dark hue by mixing black. So for this project, you're going to get to make your very own Thiebaud inspired gumball machine. And this one's actually supposed to be for M&Ms, but I can add gumballs in it if I want. So we're going to learn how to draw a shape that looks three-dimensional, like a form, because forms are 3D. And we're going to be using glue, not to glue with, but to draw. That's right, you can draw with glue. Then we're going to let the glue dry, and we're going to shade in with chalk pastels. So the first thing we need to do is get our black paper, because black is actually a neutral color. It's the darkest color there is. And it's really good for making value, because if it's very black, you can make it light very easily. So we need a small 9x12 black piece of paper, a pencil, and we want to have something to look at if we want to make it look real. So we can look at either Thiebaud's gumball machines, or we can look at my M&M machine. So let's get started. What do you say, Artie? He wants to draw gumballs. This is a really good project for February too, because it's National Gumball Day, or National Gum Day, where people can actually bring money in to chew gum at school and donate the money to charity. What an awesome art project. Let's get started. So I printed out step by step for you each shape that we're going to be drawing. This shows you in step 1 all the way down to step 6 how to start drawing your gumball machine with pencil. Now remember, we're actually drawing on black paper because black is the neutral color. It's the darkest color there is. And if you have trouble drawing a circle like you see in step 1, I have a CD that you can actually trace. So step 1 is to start drawing a nice big circle at the top for your gumball machine. And then you're going to draw 2 vertical lines that go down, almost down to the bottom of the paper, but not quite. Now those vertical lines don't have to be straight. They can kind of go from here. Yeah, I guess they are kind of straight. Down. Not all the way down to the bottom. Leave some space. Now, there's another shape. These so far are all geometric shapes. So we have a circle. What is this shape right here? Let's see, are all the sides equal? There are 4 equal sides. That is a square. So I'm going to draw a square lightly with pencil. And then I'm going to add a rectangle down here. This is where you put your money in the gumball machine. And then there's a diamond in the center. That's the little knob where you spin your gumballs. So now that I have my square and my rectangle, the bottom of it, I'm not going to draw a straight horizontal line. It's going to be a horizontal line that curves. So this is a curvy horizontal line, and that's what makes it look three-dimensional, like a cone or a cube. Now I'm going to come out and draw another line. This is a vertical line that goes down, and then another curved line. And that's what's going to make it look really 3D. So now I have a couple shapes that look three-dimensional. I have the cone or the cylinder at the bottom, the diamond, the square, and now I want to draw some spheres. But you know, my circle, I think I can make it and keep it that size. Now I'm going to draw a bunch of little gumballs. So those are what shape? Just circles. But I want them to overlap each other. That means some of them are behind others, so you don't see the whole gumball. Oh, and I forgot the most important part. Write your name on your paper. Now, we don't want it to make it look like our gumball machine is floating, so I'm going to draw a horizontal line across the bottom for the table, because my gumball machine is going to be sitting on the table. All right, now once I've drawn everything with pencil, then we're actually going to trace over our lines, not with Sharpie, but with something that's white, glue. Now the glue, we're going to trace over the lines, and we're going to let it dry before we color them in. So if you've never drawn with glue before, sometimes it can be really hard. You have to twist the cap just a little bit and the glue will come out slowly. If you open it all the way, the glue is going to come out really fast. So we want the glue to be kind of medium, and you want to start just by gently squeezing the glue. If it doesn't come out, open it a little bit more. Now my glue is coming out, and I can trace over the line slowly. Start at the top of your paper and actually put the tip of the glue bottle on your paper. Let it rest on the paper. Now it's okay if you make a mistake because glue, when it dries, is clear. But it's going to create an outline around your shapes that is going to help you when you color them in. Now, I probably need to wait a little bit longer. I can see some of my glue still isn't dry, but I'm going to be really careful and show you how to use chalk pastels to create value. So, with your gumball machine, the first thing that I like to start with is the inside of the gumball machine. Now, each gumball you can color any color you want. Usually I color the cylinder red, the background a different color, and the table a different color. So I'm going to start with this part here that's supposed to look like glass. Now, to create value, remember we add white. Now these are chalk pastels, they can be a little bit messy, so I always like to have a tissue to wipe my fingers off. Now you don't want to wipe the chalk off of your paper, but I'm going to start with a light blue. So remember, value means light, medium, and dark. So these are all blue. I have a dark, a medium, and a light.